welcome to episode 3 of the Last Call podcast. Today's topic will be communities, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am your host, Athena Winters. This is Aaron on the tech side of things, and
Yeah.
the rabbit's warren that is the cables and spark shooting technology.
You're not far off on my setup.
Yeah, so if there's a major power outage across the eastern seaboard, you know why. Just blame Aaron.
Yeah.
Um, but today we have with us Brutus and Dusk from our community. Dusk is one of our Viz members, very important Sona, and Brutus is one of our more recent patrons that joined the server recently, or should I say 3.0,
Yeah.
because hackers be hackers.
Yeah.
Gotta love them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll love them all right. I'll love them with both hands.
Just give them a hug around the neck with both hands until they stop moving.
Yeah.
As they turn purple.
So, Brutus, tell me, what is your take on communities? The positives and negatives and the let's just avoid them.
Oh boy, yeah, communities are an interesting beast, honestly. Uh, Part of human nature, honestly, is that we're all very social individuals, yet at the same time, we're still individuals. So it's really hard to uh, say whether or not I personally think communities are essential, but they are nice to have around once in a while. As far as the I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't think anyone said anything.
Yeah, no one said anything.
That's weird. I was picking something up on my head. Anyway, uh, I would have to say probably the one of the better aspects of community is every once in a while you do need that booster from other people, kind of holding you up or supporting you in some way, shape, or form, whether it be through emotional support or someone having your back during hacker incidents. But that also comes with one really bad aspect of a lot of communities being gatekeeping. Um, there's a lot of, and I should also specify for me the bad aspects of gatekeeping. Uh, Whenever things get really cliquish and really, uh, we're the higher elite and you're just kind of over here type of mentality. That's
Hasn't.
exactly. Uh, yeah, those are just things that really grate on my nerves. Um, I've always been very individualistic myself. Yeah, I mean, and I could really get into some really ugly aspects of communities, and I'm pretty sure, particularly with the main community that we're all involved in, we know exactly the ugly parts of that.
Yeah.
Please elaborate,
Ooh.
because I mean, you've got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I'm with more podcast stuff. I'm usually a little bit more used to roundtable communication.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're
No,
good. We,
you're
like how Athena said before we started, we like to give each person a chance to talk, and then at the end we do the round table thing.
Fair enough. I'm just usually a little bit more direct with my points, I guess.
You're fine.
Now we will do like, sideways comments and whatnot to kind of keep things going. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Honestly, I'll be blunt. I don't know really what else to bring up. I mean,
So what do you like about the Roadhouse versus other communities that you've seen? Not to
now
quote toot my own horn,
Oh no, fair enough. That's actually a really good example. Uh, this particular community that you guys just recently accepted me into, uh, everything actually seems real friendly here. Like no one's really actually cliquish. I mean, there's obviously the jokes of bow to me peasant, but ever since I've been here, people here have actually been really cool. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of lurk a little bit and watch interactions between people,
Pervert.
Heh.
and damn proud of it. But no, yeah, like I said though, everyone here has just been really cool with one another. Uh, Obviously, I'm still new. I haven't exactly seen bad portions of this community. I mean, I'm sure there's some outliers there here and there, but so far everything's been really cool, and I can usually tell kind of from the word go if things are too cliquish or what have you.
Yeah, we tend to handle the rules
Hmm.
pretty swiftly. Um, we don't tolerate much, and
No,
if
we don't.
someone will, you know, do something, we'll give them a little quiet warning. But if they like don't listen, then the hammer comes down.
Right? Yeah, I totally get that.
But the inspiration for the Roadhouse was actually two sources: the TV show Cheers and the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
Nice. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
I actually
So,
have never seen that movie. I've only seen Cheers.
I highly recommend it.
I'll
so
see.
Aaron, it was nice having you as staff.
Ah, shit. Oh.
Well, man, don't let Athena know that I haven't seen either of these.
So Dusk, I hate to say it, but you're gonna have to leave the server.
Oh
Well,
no.
darn.
Oh darn!
Yeah, as like this is a side point. We make fun of the quote unquote click things like that. We'd rather make fun of that kind of stuff than actually follow it.
That and the fact we have a lot of inside jokes.
Yes.
Um, Bismarck comes screaming to mind.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Bismarck comes screaming to mind. I'm
Yeah,
only gonna mention it
you
pre.
gotta love the bottom.
Oh
Hey Bismarck, if you're watching this, you a bottom.
yeah. Let's not dwell too much on that
No,
because
but it'd be
we're
hilarious if he actually does
gonna
watch
scream
this.
fit. Um, but no, I despise clicks. I was very much the weird kid in middle school and in high school because I moved to Tennessee from Maryland, and yeah, so we don't like clicks
Mm-mm.
here. We go
It was
out.
enough said about Tennessee.
Now hang on, Pixie's from here, and
And
I
Pixie
married
is
her.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well, individuals are always awesome. People, on the other hand, suck.
Okay, that's fair.
yeah, that's fair.
There are always standout and special occasions.
I'm also liking the fact that one of the good aspects of this community that I've put together is now we have artists
Hmm.
here. So, and these are artists that are of good quality.
Yep.
So I've noticed.
Per example, while you're watching this, the picture of me, the top left-hand corner, that was done by none other than Tater Chip. Shameless plug.
I'm loving the fact that I was able to get Tater Chip on board
Hmm.
as our partnered artist, and with recent events having to get Lady Kenley, who will be on our next episode,
Hmm.
on as a cheaper alternative because we're rapidly approaching the holidays
Yep.
and shit's gonna get tight. So,
Holidays, conventions, all that makes things just
oh, don't get me
real
started on
tight.
conventions. Do not get me started on conventions.
I
I
wish
just got done with one.
I wish I could go to more conventions.
I haven't been to a convention since pre-COVID.
Same.
Ugh.
Oof. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit up there in age myself, so I'm toning back on some of my conventions, but ooh.
Dragon Con is still a positive memory in my mind. And having are you guys familiar with Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern?
That sounds
No.
familiar.
Vaguely. I
Well,
know of it.
her son Todd took over, and I met him at the last Dragon Con. We would play this game called Werewolf,
Oh, it's such a fun game.
That is a good game.
and we would and I ended up taking over a game, and then they asked me to keep doing it because of how I ran it. Oh, it was beautiful. All the dead people would just surround the person who would recently be killed and get the shit scared out of them.
Kind
Oh, it was great.
of reminds me when I would play Mafia with people.
Um, let's circle back
Yeah, yeah,
though,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because we're getting wildly off topic.
yeah.
Um, so Brutus, are there any communities out there that come screaming to mind when it comes to the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Well, as you can see from my profile picture, I'm very much into the wrestling community. That is one that really heavily screams with the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's been a lot of friggin' uh, all three things actually, the good, bad, and ugly, coming from the wrestling community here recently. Particularly for those of us that do like the stuff. The click war between AEW and WWE is just a friggin' mess. It gets ridiculous.
Okay. Anything?
Sorry about that. Had some problems with my mic there.
You're
Stupid
fine.
thing. So yeah, so the vast majority of the wrestling community, we just like wrestling for wrestling. It's entertaining. It doesn't matter where it's coming
It's
from.
a show.
Exactly. And a lot of times a really good show. But then you have the AEW stands or the WWE stands that are, oh, well, they're always crap, or you're stupid as hell for liking this stuff. And then we get to the ugly portions of it. Some of it coming from actual wrestlers, and some really, really bad things coming from that community. And I mean really bad.
Okay.
Uh, just Google Joey Ryan, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about there.
Well, I would assume you have the people that love to watch wrestling, but also say, "Man, it's so fake."
Oh God, don't even get me started with them.
I mean,
Like, yes, we know it's fake. So are movies.
Yeah.
but I thought Iron Man was real.
Only if you're the hacksmith.
It's like, yeah, I understand. The Undertaker's not actually a dead man who can magically make lightning appear, but he's incredibly entertaining to watch. So is Iron Man. So is Captain America.
That is America's ass.
uh,
Absolutely.
I think you mean capsulutely. I'll walk out now.
Her.
Aaron, I'm taking away your dad joke card because that was abysmal. No offense, but
Eh,
dear God.
they're not
It
all.
was pretty bad.
They're not all winners.
And you would know, right?
Yeah.
Burn.
No, you gotta say it right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and slide over to Dusk. How you doing, Dusk?
Well, I'm here.
As are we all. To be honest, in this day and age, that's really all you can expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you can see from being part of the Roadhouse, I'm quite a part of the furry community. I've loved the art and the just community and how close people get to each other over such a weird concept of unrealistic cartoonish animals. And it just brings so many people together. And of course, there's always the standouts that go way beyond and overboard that bring a bad name to the community.
Two files.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But
Taro.
going
Taro.
Yep.
But I mean, like, looking at fursuits and just the artists, what they come up with, it's amazing with the artistic expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And another community I used to be a part of, but I've kind of dropped out more recently, is the MLP community.
Oh my god.
I know. I still have a friend who's extremely into that still.
I got into it, and it's a really funny story. It was when Dark Souls 1 had just recently come out, and I was playing that. And I got real frustrated and angry at Dark Souls because I was trying to get through Blight Town. And so I went to go watch TV. And what do I see on? I see My Little Pony. At this time, I'm a freshman in high school. I am on the football team. I play this and that sport. And I go, I've heard this is good. Let's see about it. So I start watching the intro, and then I turn it off before the intro's done. And I went, I'm never going to watch that again. That was awful. I played Dark Souls for about 10 more minutes, and then I went back and I was like, all right, well, now I'm addicted to My Little Pony. And I watched that show all the time, and something about it just made me happy. And I started getting into the community, and yeah, I don't know how much of a good part to that community there is.
I mean, I'm sure there's somewhere in there where there's the light of decency.
I have made a few really good friends, but overall, that is.
Everyone wants to fuck Fluttershy and just call it a day.
Yeah.
Don't do My Little Pony, kids. Don't do it.
Ponies are vicious little bitches.
I'm gonna be honest. I never really even heard of the concept of bronies up until Chris Chan. So
I knew about base my freshman year of college because again, I had a friend that was obsessed with them. To a point, I'm not going to say some of the stuff that I know he has. Yeah, leave it at that.
Keep
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that is certainly a wormhole to go down.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was getting like plushies of it and stuff, and I still have them, but oof, gosh. Some of the stories you read.
do you need to talk to somebody? Do you need to lie down on the couch?
Do you need an adult?
I think that those people need adults. And a heavy form of religion.
Yep.
What kind of religion? Any at this point.
Yes.
Any,
Satan
here's
war.
the Satanic Bible. Please learn some morals and values.
You know, at the convention that Pixie and I recently was at, they actually had a booth.
Interesting.
Yeah.
As a
Really?
as a person who chooses not to really partake in any religion, I still find the study of religion interesting.
I do have to ask you, real quick, which branch was it? I need to ask.
I don't
Was
know.
it-
All I saw was the Church of Satan on a backdrop, and that was it.
Okay, so the official one,
I guess.
the one I'm a part of.
The more you learn.
Neat.
Reading Rainbow.
Aaron, as you were saying, I find studying and learning the proper practices of different religion to be such an exciting topic.
It is. It's just when you get towards more of that, you get to the people that try to, especially around where I live. If you're not anything but Christian, you're wrong.
Welcome to the Bible Belt.
Yep. So
And they've
I
done that.
usually with anything that deals with religion anywhere, I just don't pay attention because I don't like to start any fights on that topic.
Oh yeah, because some of those people have one heck of a fire under their belts.
Yep. And I guess that's an ugly part of a community.
Yeah, yeah. So what else have you got, Dusk?
Um, unless you want me to talk about the toxicity that is the Dark Souls community, that's about all I've got, really.
For it. That's the
That's
the
still a
the topic.
community.
Yeah, that's the topic of the podcast. You know, it's infinite neon
90%.
signs.
It's just the Dark Souls community being very gatekeeping and toxic is pretty common knowledge at this point.
Okay.
I have definitely participated, like when Dark Souls Remastered came out on Switch. I got that on day one and ruined people's days.
You're
Nice.
such a masochist.
Thank you. I try.
I believe it.
But I always think it's funny when people ask Dark Souls veterans, "Hey, how do I beat this part of the game?" And a lot of the time, the answer is get good. Like, there's no special tidbit or trick to beat the game. But then people will get angry because it's like, that's not advice. And it's like, well, that's what we did.
You can get good, scrub.
Like, that's the only way you're gonna play Dark Souls is there's no secret to it. It's just,
You have to get
it's a
good.
rhythm game.
Yeah.
It
Back
is
in
a,
the days, back in the days of the NES, you literally would just throw yourself at the wall until the wall collapsed. You
Exactly.
just keep practicing.
throw yourself at the brick wall as many times as you need. Remember, brick might be harder than flesh, but you can come back to life.
Yep.
All
Having
right.
flashbacks to Contra.
Oh God,
Yeah.
don't do not get me started on Contra.
I mean, if
I
we
hate
want,
that
if we
game
need
so much.
more on time, I can talk about a few communities I'm part of.
Sure.
Well, again, like everyone here, I'm part of this community. I have experienced the good, Roadhouse, the bad, a forum I used to be on. It's been forever, and I can't remember the name of it. The bad, and it was also pretty ugly. And at least at my college, the anime club I was part of was the ugly, because the person that ran it, if if you said anything that was mainstream was your favorite, you were wrong and shunned from the group.
What?
Yeah, I said I liked at the time. I didn't the most I had the anime I had watched basically from episode one to the most current season was Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I said no, you're wrong. That cannot be your favorite anime. Okay, I don't see what's wrong
But
with me liking a mainstream anime.
Naruto's so good.
Exactly. But
My favorites were in no particular order: Cowboy Bebop,
that's a good one.
Robotech,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ghost in the Shell, the original,
Yes.
and Trigun.
I need to watch
That was
that one.
good.
I have started Trigun, but I didn't finish it.
I've been both
Like,
reading and watching again My Hero Academia, and I still love it.
my intro to anime was Speed Racer. I mean,
That's
Oh, that's
not
good.
show my age here.
that's not bad though.
No.
No, far from it. I actually really love it still, as cheesy as it is. But and then Dragon Ball Z was another one that I got real into when I was younger. I still like Dragon Ball Super. Vampire Hunter D was my absolute favorite, though, still is.
Hellsing.
That's a good one.
Also very good.
The
Hellsing
abridged,
Ultimate.
Bridge.
the abridged is also hilarious.
It's
Oh
so
dear God.
good.
Team
I'd go
4 Star is just a
enthusiastic.
whole new level.
It's all an illusion, like stilettos and push-up bras. Wait, you wear a push-up bra? I don't wear a bra.
But
Interesting.
another community I'm part of is the Yu-Gi-Oh community. I may not be a tournament diehard. I'm a very, as others put it, a very filthy casual. I play for fun, and if I win, I win. If I lose, eh.
Did you fall for their trap cards?
Oh no, they fall for mine
Okay.
Ash.
because no, literally because in this day and game, no one expects what's called a battle trap. They swing right into it and usually kill themselves.
Hooray!
3 words. Yeah, 3 words on that. Magic the Gathering.
I have
I
played.
love Magic.
I have played that. I can't find my deck because my sister wants it because she wants to play it. I need to find my deck so she can have it.
Aw.
Well, she has friends that play it almost religiously, and she wants to learn. I have a deck and just can't find it for her.
Aw.
But I think it was back on Roadhouse 2.0. I had a kind of a bad experience at one tournament. This is part of the ugly of the community. I had a kid trying to steal a card from me that a friend gave to me before he moved
Tell
away.
me about that.
Yeah, a friend gave to me before he moved basically across country. I'm a I try to be a very pacifist person. I was about to throw hands with a 14-year-old, so that's how much that card meant to me.
Good. 14-year-olds need to learn respect.
Yep.
Respect your elders, you little whippersnappers.
But yeah.
Athena, stop. You make me feel old.
How old are you?
I don't want to say.
Amateur.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'll
turned 40 in a year.
Look. It's not nice to ask a woman her age, okay?
I got the same amount. I'm 26 right now.
Just turned 37 a couple days ago.
Well, happy
Congratulations.
fucking birthday.
Thank you kindly.
I shall
I-
not share my birthday or year.
Okay.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
Uh, I guess the good part of I'll go back to try to cycle back to the topic. Good part of the community is I met a lot of friends there. Uh, heck, there's a kid that just started playing, and every time we see him at the tournament, we're happy to see him because it's a new player that we want to keep because he's energetic about the game. He wants to learn, and he's not afraid to ask, "Hey, what's that do? Can I read that?" That kind of stuff I like to see in a new player.
Truth.
I hate the kind of players that you're like, hey, what's that card do? Can I see it? And they go, no, I'll read it to you.
I mean, that's as a
Yeah, how
person.
about not? How about just slap the taste out of your mouth?
I will say this as a person who has cards that are worth a lot of money. I can see their point of view about wanting to keep their card as pristine as possible.
Yeah, but normally if you have a sleeve on it, it shouldn't matter too much.
Yeah,
And
but
Oh, I
like,
wouldn't go there. I've
yeah,
seen some very, very bad moments with that.
and even then, you can slide it across the table and I don't have to touch it to read it.
Yeah, it looks
Right.
nice in
most
your
time
hand.
I'll hold it out for them. If they want to take it, they can take it and read it. Most time they just look at it while I'm holding it.
Especially since a lot of those people understand the value of some of those cards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I had one person laughing at me the last tournament I was at. I was playing a deck called Fur Hire, which I thought was appropriate.
Yeah.
It's literally furry pirates.
Were they after that booty?
Yes.
I
But,
have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck,
but it's
surely by coincidence.
but it's the way it plays is just so much fun. They literally build their own board by getting other ones out. It's just so much fun to play. This is also coming from a person who plays Harpy Wind Witch.
You play what?
Harpy Wind Witch, Harpy Lady and Wind Witch.
That's pretty rude.
I don't know what that is
Harpies,
because
they
I'm.
It's a deck.
harpies, they span the field. Wind Witch, we get Crystal Wing out. You say GG easy.
Oh,
I have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I run that is Luna Lights.
Pardon me, but fuck you.
Um, so the funny thing on how I came about this is I got one pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards one day with my wife because I was like, "Hey, I haven't touched a Yu-Gi-Oh card in forever. I'm gonna get a pack of cards." And I pulled White Rabbit and Black Sheep in that pack,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, these were really cool together." And I went to a con and I was trying to get more Luna Lights and I got one, and then this person comes over and goes, "Hey, do you want this card in that pack?" And I was like, "No, I'm only interested in the Luna Lights." And he is like, "I will trade you one of every Luna Light card for it."
Might have been the money card.
I didn't care. I never looked up how much it was.
No, I'm just
And
saying with the knowledge I had, that might have been the money card out of that
yeah,
set.
but
anywho.
that's how I got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Hey, again, that's kind of the good part of the community. They saw something you wanted, and that something you had you didn't want, and they got it for you.
Yeah.
That's
How we doing? How we doing on time?
we're sitting right at 31 minutes.
Huh?
We talked really fast in this one.
We did.
Yeah.
Uh,
How about them Braves?
I guess, do we want to?
I mean, we can cut it early.
I mean, if you
And it's
guys
up to
want
y'all.
to,
Yeah, it's your
it's up
podcast.
to the host.
No pressure.
Oh
I'm,
God!
All the pressure.
I'm just a tech guy.
God damn it!
I want to make sure that the mayor knows that I wish to lay on her.
Aw,
Ow! I
which
just
one?
smacked myself.
Now, if you guys wanted to bring up another community topic real quick before we do cut it off,
Okay.
and it's also pretty relevant to this current community, the Dungeons and Dragons community,
Oh
since we have a
yeah.
D&D chat option here.
I've always
Uh,
had I've only had one bad experience with a D&D group, but all the others have been honestly really good.
I have
you
had a
know,
lot of bad experiences with the D&D group
you know what?
community.
That's
I,
fair.
I, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up. I really am.
Bring
My
it up.
my worst experience happened in my own family.
Oh, I
Oh
know what you're talking
boy.
about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, you do. So shut up. So, couple
So
weeks ago,
bossy.
my I went to a Saturday night game because I was off, and I was excited about it. I was stoked because the only 5e I've played has been here in the server. So I made my character and I went. So we have people here in the community who are on the autistic spectrum. I won't say who they are because that
I
may be
am.
okay. There's one.
I'm not shy about it. I
It's a
have
privacy
very
thing. It's a privacy thing. But regardless, there was a player there who was on the autistic spectrum, and I wasn't. I have never met this person before. Now, at the end of the game, I had fun. I had a blast, and I come home with that impression. A week later, we're at a convention. Pixie is selling her wares because Khajiit has coin, wishes to sell wares,
Khajiit has wares if you have coin.
and I had signed up to be in one of the tables for D&D because one of our players here that meets at the house on Wednesdays was going to run a campaign, and I signed up for it. Well, I'm kind of bored, so I start, hanging around and whatnot. And I notice my brother-in-law and a couple of his friends are kind of just sidelong glancing at me, and not really including me in any conversations that they're having, and I'm getting that vibe of, am I being excluded on purpose? Turns out I was right. So one of the other DMs there at the convention had been a player at that event that Saturday, and apparently had said that I was a toxic player because I upset the person who was autistic. Now, I live with my brother-in-law. For an entire week, nothing was said to me. No one asked me anything. No one asked me, hey, are you aware of this? Because if I upset somebody, I want to make amends. I want to correct the issue. But no, I was just labeled a toxic player and thrown under the bus. From that point forward,
Wow.
Yikes.
I have not spoken to my brother-in-law, who I live with.
Oof.
Big oof.
And he acts like he's done nothing wrong. So
Douche.
there's a lot of baggage there that I won't get into, but suffice to say, my brother-in-law is the kind of person that nothing comes between him and his gaming. Nothing.
Ugh.
Rude.
That's my ugly.
With this community topic, the only time I've had an ugly encounter was in the group I'm currently with. We had a person playing a monk, and every chance they got, they tried breaking every rule. And then when we call him out on it, he points out, well, Aaron's character and this other person's character have done the most killing in our group. And we all retorted, yes, because you put us in situations we couldn't do the diplomatic solution.
Always
Ew.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what really kicked,
Railroading.
what really made us want to kick him from our group was he endangered a child in the game, and that's just like
Oh, hell no.
we don't do that. I don't care if you're interrogating him to get information. There's ways to do it without legit threatening to bury him alive.
That's
Yikes.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, then our DM came after, like after they talked with them. Basically, he was basically putting all the blame on everyone but himself. So he says he left. No, we kicked him, and we got a cool bard. So that's nice.
Nice.
Hey, cool bards are cool.
And we have our party consists now of 2 squishies and 2 tanky healers.
My
So
two favorite class combinations is Tiefling Warlock Pact of the Chain
our
and a Minotaur Barbarian Totem Warrior.
let's see, we have I think it's called an
Okay, Mrs. I resist all non-magical damage.
let's see, I think our barbarian cleric is an Azamar, the fallen angel race, which is fun. Our cleric, I think, is a tiefling or a changeling, I think. And then our sorcerer or our wizard is a elf, and he plays a wizard wonderfully because he knows he's squishy, so he attacks and hides. Then there's my character. My DM has to roll a nat 20 to hit me, so that's fun.
That's always
Always
fun.
fun.
And the funny thing is, they're mad at me because I told them I want to boost my AC even more,
Oh god.
which through spells I can.
Yeah.
Because I'm a paladin fighter, so I picked up the spell that literally can boost anyone's AC by 2.
Shield of Faith.
But I usually use it to put on others over myself, unless it's a dire situation.
Are you in the D&D community, Brutus?
Oh, yes, I am. I've actually been a part of the D&D community since the days of FACO.
Oh
Love
god.
Thaco.
Oh god, Thaco.
Yeah, those
No.
days.
No.
The dark
Roar!
ages. Yeah, that it's been interesting. And I do have a rather interesting story, both or actually encompassing all three good, bad, and ugly. Uh it was quite a few years ago. My brother convinced me to go to this game shop with him and play Pathfinder when that first came out. Well, not when it first came out. It was a little bit towards the middle of its run. They brought in the samurai class, and I figured, okay, sure, I'll go ahead and play. I rolled a samurai. Actually, did pretty well with it. The DM for this particular game session was a notorious douche. Uh, there was a part in the game where all of our characters were imprisoned on this ship, and the only weapons that we were given to fight in this particular battle with were, as he put it, very strangely shaped swords. They were katanas. I was a samurai. The guy was completely confused as to why I was absolutely destroying the combat situation. One of the players actually just straight up said, "You literally gave a samurai a katana. What did you expect?"
Yeah.
About a month later, my best friend, and his wife, we all go to a different game shop to play D&D. That same DM's there. Dude straight up says, "You cannot play at my table," but he does accept my best friend and his wife. I don't know what exactly happened because I was at a different table having a blast, but I saw my best friend's wife, who's basically my sister, walking out of the store crying.
That's a
Uh,
no-no.
oh yeah. This was at a time when me and my best friend had very, very violent tendencies.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. It was a miracle that we didn't take the guy out back and beat him half to death because we've done stuff like that before. Uh, but the good part about that, the silver lining is, the three of us and a couple of our other friends actually started up a D&D group of our own. We've been playing ever since. We play every other weekend. It's always a blast. So that was at least the good that came of it.
Yeah. Like, at least with my DM, anytime like we notice one of us starting not to have a good time, we point it out, we regroup, and keep going. Because all we want to do is everyone have a fun time.
Exactly.
That's what D&D should be about.
Like there was one point we had to redo a whole entire fight scene because literally the only one standing was my character. And I was like, we can't do this, please. Because the way my character is, his group is his family. Once he loses this, will lose everything. Lost everything. And so my DM, we went back and they toned down the encounter a little bit. Still be challenging, but we only almost lost one person then.
This is one
But
of the reasons why I honestly really like the campaign setting of Ravenloft. Sorry to interrupt you.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, Ravenloft is one of those settings where you can potentially do a TPK, but through dark, twisted, and horror themed settings, you can still keep the party.
Right. It came down to with me being a paladin, I could have actually saved the three other people, but the way my DM says, if it's been more than 2 minutes of them not getting that, or if they messed up their saving throws, you can't heal them.
Right.
And
I get that.
it so happened to be for one of them right at that time. I couldn't get to them in time to heal them, and so
Gotcha.
like basically the whole group, like we basically myself and the whole group were like, you can't do this. Like I mean you can, but you do realize with you doing this, my character is probably gonna go and commit sabuku because that's his family, and he already lost one family. And
Yeah, I totally get that.
so our DM agrees, like, okay, well, let's go back. Give me 5 minutes. I'll uh, restructure this, and we'll go again.
And you see, that's a DM right there that understands that the point of the game, for the DM at least, is to assist in telling the story
Mhm.
with the characters as being the players, you know?
Right, and it's kind of hard because we are playing Curse of Strahd.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're in the end game of it, so
So much
the fights have to be harder, but our DM also wants us to have fun and not just die.
Curse of
Please.
Strahd can be intense.
Yes.
I've gotten one of our party members as a lycanthrope now.
Oh, we have
Oh gosh.
we
I
have
listened to that.
I think we have
Yeah.
2 in our group, but I think one of them cured themselves.
Aaron, are you playing in the Roadhouse group?
No.
No,
Okay, cool. So I
I
can tell this. I can tell a story whenever we have a second about my first encounter with the Curse of Strahd.
I may try to join the next campaign.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, go ahead, Dusk.
So my first encounter with Curse of Strahd, I was playing with my wife, who was DMing the book, and 3 of my friends.
Okay, question
And
real
we
quick.
got
Is it
yeah
the old version or the new version?
the new version for 5e.
Oh, well, we're playing the old version translated into 5e.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's legit. The version we have it's
Eh,
very racist.
Ooh.
But
Um,
my DM is wonderful and has tried to fix those things as they go on.
fair.
But go ahead.
So we were playing, and my character was just like a simple town guard. Like, that's all he knew. And we got to the old bone grinder. We go in, me and my friend who's playing a barbarian go in and we're talking to the hags. And we notice things are up, but we're like, okay, well, there's 3 of them. We don't know if they're a monster or anything. We probably should just head on fight these people. So our bard and rogue outside of the old bone grinder go, something's wrong here. We should set it on fire. So they start
Wow.
setting the windmill on fire. And the hags look to our 2 characters inside and cast lightning bolt.
Oh.
So with both of us saving our deck save, we're at half health. And I go first. I'm trying to talk down the hags. I'm not pulling out my weapon or anything. I'm like, hey, look, we're not hostile. We'll just leave. We're sorry. And then the next hag goes and casts lightning bolt.
Yeah.
And then the third hag goes and casts lightning bolt. We were level 2.
Yeah.
That reminds me of one of my earlier games of Ravenloft, where our DM was a complete jerk. A friend of mine came in kind of late in the game. He started at level 1, and he opened a door for a lich to literally cast chain lightning on him.
Oh god.
That was his first game session, mind you.
He be dead.
So anyways, on his first session, he was starting to make his second character.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, all he really did was just erase the name and put something else down.
Yeah, I have like 6 backup characters just because I know how intense Curse of Strahd can get.
I have like 8 backup characters at any given time simply because I can't stop thinking about character
Yeah,
concepts.
like I need my help from my DM. I want to make. It sounds stupid, but it sounds like so much fun to me. A artificer that wants to be a cleric by enchanting duct tape and WD-40 to do healing.
I mean, that'd work.
Exactly, and the
It'd
idea
work if you're a warforged.
that's the thing. He is going to be a warforge.
Nice.
How are we doing on time, Aaron?
We're just now getting close to 50 minutes.
I think we can go ahead and call it here.
All right. Well,
Otherwise, we're gonna devolve into nothing but D&D.
Yeah, then we'd probably have to break this up in like 2 videos.
That could be an entire podcast in and of itself.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll probably be episode 5.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Let me know if you need a guest for episode 5. I'm always down to talk more D&D.
I'm down to
I've
talk
got plenty
nerd.
of stories myself.
We might have more people on for that one.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I love hearing stories like that.
So I've been Athena Winters. This has been Aaron, who's been
Hi.
trying his damnedest to keep on topic, but
I'm
failed.
also partially dying right now.
That and subjects like this are kind of like herding cats.
Yeah.
Kill it to a tree.
In this case, I'm more like a squirrel than a cat. So imagine herding 3 cats, and then also there's a squirrel in the room.
Well, for the squirrel, all I gotta do is show some nuts.
And on that note,
Not even bringing up Conker's Bad Fur Day on this one.
God, that game was so bad. It was so bad.
It was.
So bad that
Anyway.
it's wonderful.
And on that
Anyway.
note, I am the Great Mighty Pooh, and this is Last Call Podcast.
We'll see you
I hate
guys
everyone
next
here.
time.
I hate
Perfect
everyone.
ending.
I have lost control of
We'll
the
see you
ship,
guys. What, in 2 weeks, roughly?
in a week,
Oh, a week. Okay.
because
We-
we're doing the next one next week,
Oh, great.
and we're gonna do probably the episode 5 in 2 weeks.
All right, and I will add this. Hopefully, in the next episode, we are hoping to add in server questions. If you wish to ask us questions, please come join our server.
I am
Yes,
in the
indeed.
server.
I have been your tech,
Dusk.
Aaron Wild.
I have been the host, Athena Winters, blindly trying to steer the ship.
And our 2 wonderful guests, Brutus and Dusk.
I was
I'm
here.
I am the dumb bun Dusk.
We will see you guys next time.
Cue the outro!